OyA first-time finalist, and Bonyth, who, I mean, how many finals is this now for Bonyth? 10? 15? 20? Right. Who knows? It just seems to be he's everywhere.
Consistency, man. We always say it's one of the hardest things in this game is being consistent all the time and all the matchups and doing well. And he is. He has it down pat. He knows what he's doing.
Absolutely, man. He is the veteran. He's been around longer. It feels like just about everybody else, that consistency we speak to. But, I mean, you can't count out OyA, man. He's already had a miraculous performance so far. Coming back from 0-2 versus DeWalt to win in dominant fashion, man. And, you know, honestly, it's going to be a little scary for Bonyth as well. But when you do think Bonyth, you think PvP, you think Reaver control, and honestly, he's better than just about everybody else at it. So, either way, I'm excited to get into this one. It sounds like our players are ready, folks. So we are getting into Grand Finals game number 1, OyA versus Bonyth. Let's get to the game. And spawning, bottom left, as the blue Protoss on Sylphid, it is OyA.
And in the bottom right, he needs no introduction, but it is Bonyth. Right, both these players are okay with doing 10-12. I wonder if we'll see it on this map. No ramp. They both like it. They're both really good at it. I wonder if they'll mix it in.
I have seen Bonyth play against OyA before, and even though Bonyth is, like, if you could look at the head-to-head, Bonyth is a huge favorite, but the games actually end up being pretty close. The thing with Bonyth is, if you don't actually kill him, like if he doesn't type GG, it seems like from almost any deficit he can come back, just via unit control and tactical play. So it's really hard to just beat him straight up.
Yeah, it truly is. But I mean, I guess when I think of recent series in PvP that Bonyth has lost, it has been to a very like heavy macro, you know, PvP style. Like a player like a John Hoon, who does tend to make heavy probe counts and just does the same thing, right? Just manages to stay in the game and then eventually utilizes that, you know, better economy. And I feel like that kind of encompasses OyA's play. You know, he is the yin to Bonyth's yang, as far as like Bonyth has like very exceptional unit control. OyA has very exceptional macro.
Second time today with these scouts for these proxies, really interesting.
Yeah, it definitely seems to be some kind of meta going on between these two.
But both opening with a core first style, no zealot action here. But Bonyth going to be able to get the first scout.
Yeah, it looks like Bonyth moving mid left.
The thing with Bonyth is just his Reaver shuttle control is impeccable. Like, very rarely you'll see a mistake from him. So in the Bonyth or in the OyA versus the Wall series, we often saw OyA losing shuttles that he should have been keeping alive, or just overextending the shuttle out of range, or too far forward or too far back and letting his Reavers get picked off. Those kinds of mistakes against Bonyth are deadly. That Bonyth will just pounce on it, and he needs to clean up his control in the big engagements against Bonyth to really stand a chance.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. There's a few times where he had idle shuttles, you know, just allowing Reavers to fall, and that is something you'll never see out of Bonyth, right? He is constantly active with that shuttle, with that Reaver, you know, picking it up and dropping it on shot timing in order to maximize damage and prevent as much damage as possible, and he's just so good at it. Second gateway going down inside the main here for OyA.
Looks like a third one as well. cut the third pylon, puts down the third gate. We'll take off 2. Oh, he already has. We'll take 2 probes off of gas once he has enough to make another round of goons. And he is just going to try to overrun Bonyth in the early stages with a 3-gate goon. If Bonyth goes with the rope, going to be difficult. Things are going to get tricky here for Bonyth.
I mean, the choke leading into the main here is kind of small, right? Doesn't it make it a little easier to defend?
I think it definitely makes it easier to defend. The problem is that I think the sheer number of goons at times when it's 3-gate versus this 1 to 2-gate, but he can make a good arc battle as he comes in and fight out with the Reavers. And the one thing about this 3-gate, if you go 3-gate Expo and you don't kill early, you cut some eco, and they have a Reaver. And we've already said a million times, once Bonyth gets out of the map with a Reaver and he's fighting micro in these fights, things get very difficult.
Yeah, but you can see how persistent Bonyth is scouting with this probe. He wants to see the unit count, what OyA is doing with his units, and if he can sneak into the natural and get that information, that would also be huge. But because he's blind, he's going to be forced to go into Observer here, and this just gives OyA a nice timing here. Bonyth can, of course, retreat into his main, like we said, but if OyA picks off the egg, that narrow gap becomes slightly bit bigger, and just if you have overwhelming number of goons, it doesn't matter if your opponent has a concave. But you can see OyA is hiding some goons back. He doesn't want to reveal until he's ready to go.
Good call out, honestly. I didn't realize he was keeping some of them back behind the natural, but that is like 300 IQ play, honestly, to be able to hide that.
Carousel NW is sub a Gosu for 45 months. ZZZero big love less than 3.
Didn't see the observatory or the robotics go down for Bonyth. Did he go shuttle? Yeah, he did go shuttle first into observer. So once again, OyA will have some timing here to be able to bust in.
Yeah, 2 more Dragoons kind of struggling along behind here, but still, this is a massive army here from OyA. Let's see if Bonyth expects it here. Zealot in front to tank, and here we go. Immediate pullback from Bonyth. He doesn't want anything to do with this timing from OyA.
Now this is where it's going to get weird for Bonyth. This choke to come out. Oh, OyA's not messing around. He's going in. Wow, picks off that Zealot. Well done. That 1 Dragoon makes it out with almost no health. Bonyth goons freeze for a rally. OyA busting in here.
Very nice rally in from OyA. Takes a couple losses to start things off, but does inevitably get on top of this Dragoon count. But still, Dragoon count looking even now. Probes being added into the fray, and it looks like barely OyA gonna come out a little ahead here. But with this Reaver rally, this might be all Bonyth needs to hold.
Yeah, incredible hold by him. Didn't seem like he lost too many probes. Traded pretty effectively against the goons for goons. And now we have the Reaver and Shuttle versus just 3-gate goon.
That was very close. That stutter not shooting for 1 volley almost cost Bonyth the game there. But very good control, very nice reaction with the probes. Just able to hold on long enough till that Reaver's out. OyA shouldn't overextend here. He really wants this pylon.
He got it for free. Very nice pickup, actually. But still, I don't know. I feel like maybe OyA in a good spot, right? Like, he kind of has map control here with his Dragoons so far forward. It's not like Bonyth. I mean, Bonyth could maybe try to pick his Reavers up and go for a counter. Here we go. Reaver poke from Bonyth. OyA gonna wisely back out from the natural. So it looks like Bonyth finally able to impose his will a little bit on the map.
Bonyth should scout here now. He doesn't actually know what the follow-up is from OyA behind this. OyA didn't expand. He actually went into Robo himself and kept making non-stop Dragoons. So Bonyth is going to see this now. Finally, Bonyth, gotta be careful.
Ooh,
Yeah,
nice
what makes me
pullback.
nervous too there is that he's once again is going like that south to north. You got to be very careful. Oh, looks he has the Zealot here to tank the first couple shots. He might try to dive in. Okay, he backs up.
Yeah, probably not a bad call there to back up, honestly. Okay, looks like Reaver's starting to creep forward once again. Just looking for any free shots he can get. Ooh, another connect. Free Zealot. We'll take that. Reavers being loaded up.
This is where the micro game gets crazy. OyA is just backing up constantly, trying to get more and more units. He knows he's on an extra gate production, probably wants to have a Reaver of his own. Oh, and here we go. He feels like he has a really good arc. He's going in, targeting the shuttle first. Really good pickup from Bonyth there.
Oh, good spread from OyA though. Even though like he hasn't been able to connect on these Reavers, I felt like in general that went all right. Maybe not actually. Man, Bonyth not really losing much.
That shuttle is still healthy, but these two Hydron, or not Hydron, but flanking Dragoons, able to get a couple pot shots on it. Bonyth still pressing on. OyA doesn't want to get contained though. He doesn't have Reavers to fall back on. Looks like he's just, nope, not gonna go for a counter either.
Yeah, he's got to be careful coming up into this choke here. If he gets trapped at that third base, it's so hard to get down here.
Here we go, Zealot taking
oh my
at
goodness.
the front.
Such crazy targeting from Bonyth.
Crazy targeting from OyA as well. Shuttle goes down, but both Reavers still alive. And Bonyth just doing a great job keeping all of his units together, maximizing their efficiency. Two Reavers still shooting down Dragoons. And wow.
GG is called. Wow.
Pretty dominant PvP fashion there out of Bonyth, game number 1. It looked a little scary, you know, with the 3-gate from OyA, but just, you know, impeccable PvP as per usual from Bonyth.
Yeah, and you can just see the control from Bonyth, slow pushing his way across the map, knowing he has the timing, no need to rush it, and the Reavers just kept getting shots here and there, weakening the Dragoon army. Just very good control, very impressive display from Bonyth there.
Yeah, I mean, just perfect control there again. Pulling the shuttle back when it's getting hit, picking up Reavers when they're getting hit, targeting in the middle of goons, splashing as much as he can with the Reavers. I mean, just like we said, he's very good at this matchup. He is very good at that control, and the more that he can make it a micro fight, the better he feels about it.
Yeah, absolutely. Just, you know, impeccable, like, patience, honestly, it felt like, to be able to lure OyA in, knowing he had that tech advantage, you know, with the Reavers. He knew that OyA would have to, like, bring the fight to him, essentially, and he just took advantage of it every time. So that was very, very well done. And with that, yeah, Bonyth taking a very clean 1-0 victory so far versus OyA. It's, you know, game number 2, though. OyA definitely has plenty of time to rally back. We've seen him do it in the past, right? He had a very impressive comeback the series before versus Dawid, so you can guarantee he's not out of it yet here. But yeah, things looking pretty solid for Bonyth here so far.
Yeah, he'll keep a good mindset. We saw that with Dawid. He's not going to let it get him down. He's just going to keep on playing through, so I'm sure he'll continue doing what he's got to do. We'll see what map we have next. We're going to have Fighting Spirit next, which seemed like OyA did like in the Dawid series. He didn't mind the sitting behind the defender's advantage, so we'll see what he mixes in. All right, let's get into game number 2.
And spawning top left of Fighting Spirit as the blue Protoss. It is StarCast Bonyth.
And in the bottom right, fighting for IRK, it is OyA. All right, another cross map here. PvP on Fighting Spirit.
Seems like all the 4-player PvPs have been cross map.
I think you're right. It affects the matchup a lot.
Yeah, Bonyth really likes 1-gate Robo into 2-gate Reaver push. Less effective on Fighting Spirit, and especially less so when it's a cross map. So we'll see. Very close to the ramp is that pylon. Is this going to be a 10-12 gate?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. We know he does like this 10-12 gate, but obviously with it being cross spawns, this is not the ideal situation for a 10-12 gate.
Yeah, it's definitely more difficult. Fighting Spirit, a little bit closer distances between the bases, so it's definitely a strong build. We'll see what Bonyth can do. Cross map, we did see OyA get a lot done against DeWalt, even on Circuit Breakers cross map, so we'll see what Bonyth can pull out.
I mean, when I think of OyA's play here, and I mean, even as far back as just the last series with DeWalt, this is kind of the situation where OyA thrives, right? He's not going to come out ahead on the Reaver versus Reaver control against a player the level of Bonyth. You know, he just doesn't have that flashy control, but what he can do is just macro, right? Like, he can stay in these games. He takes such a fast third, I've noticed, compared to the majority of the other Protosses at this level, that really, you know, these longer, more drawn-out games seem to favor his strengths. So I really hope we get to see a longer form PvP here between these two.
Well, the game is going to be a little bit weird with both players going 10-12.
Ooh.
So one of the
getting
things,
the scout off.
one thing you got to watch out for 10-12 versus 10-12, if he does not get the scout of that ramp and doesn't recognize his 10-12 or loses his pro, Bonyth could run those zealots around and then block the ramp with 2 more.
Yeah, that's very, very true here.
Oh, he sees
but
it. Nope, he sees it.
Yeah, so should be kind of a trigger that it's pretty much a dead even game at this point. Looks like one zealot moving across the map here for OyA. Maybe he's trying to just sneak it in, get some scouting, or get a little bit of harass in Bonyth's mineral line here, but I mean, it is cross map and it is versus 2 gates, so you gotta expect this ramp to be blocked.
Bonyth only go with 2 zealots and cut because he knew it was 10-12 versus 10-12. Interesting.
Yep, gonna have the faster core, the faster tech, potentially faster range. Maybe he goes straight into Robo. Could go
Will he
into
DT?
Citadel.
Yeah, DT because he knows the core's not even done.
Core just now completes though for OyA, so it's not like it's significantly far behind. And remember, this is cross map, so a lot of travel time for things like DTs in order to do some damage here.
This is where the mind games begin, though, PvP, right? Because Bonyth knows that OyA has not scouted him, so he has to put down a Robo. So will he just go like a 3rd gate, or just go an expansion? Or
Yeah, try to like cut a corner, get an advantage.
Yeah.
I
No, that
wouldn't
he has
expect
to.
DT here, but- Wow,
my
very
goodness.
nice pylon block there.
That's like 3-4 probes stuck.
Yeah, at least. Feels like more. Does get targeted down pretty quickly though from OyA.
Bonyth wants that probe.
Oh,
Oh,
only didn't get it because of the mischance.
Dragoons,
he
they're bad
also-
units, man. Bad units.
I mean, Bonyth's had the full scout here for such a long time. He has a faster tech, so I think he will be able to get some value out of these Dragoons once they have range. But otherwise, not abusing his advantage, not taking a quick Nexus or anything like that.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I would have expected OyA to go quicker Nexus before Robo, given the current situation here. Like, maybe try to take a risk or something like that against a player the level of Bonyth. But, you know, either way, it's not like OyA's behind here.
Oh, this is scary.
Oof. Looked like OyA was going to get caught out of position there, but fortunately managed to get his Dragoons back at this right time.
I'm surprised Bonyth didn't take that fight knowing that he has faster range. Well, it's not
Yeah,
done
yeah, I'm kind of was wondering that as well, honestly.
yet. Now he has it, so now he'll go in. There we go.
Zealots here
using
will
zealots.
tank.
Yep.
Nexus from OyA here. Robo time is slightly faster for Bonyth. Still gonna go straight into Observatory. Actually, looks like the the same, basically, robo time. Now there's no advantage for Bonyth, but OyA has a faster Nexus. He does manage to get a glimpse of that, just barely.
Yeah, it's big info, though, as you said. Like, I mean, just knowing your opponent has that Nexus down. Now Bonyth's got two options here. You go for the timing, or you try to match a Nexus or a later Nexus. It looks like we are seeing that probe moving to the natural here. Bonyth's just saying, you know what, I'm going to go ahead, not put myself all in. Let's throw down a Nexus, and maybe still try to hit a pretty strong timing.
So he might go because he saw the Nexus with one Reaver in the shuttle, knowing that that OyA cannot have a Reaver and a shuttle, and try to fight that way.
Looks like OyA moving out on the map here a little bit. Finally has that observer out. Looks like it's maybe going for like some observer hunting or DT hunting of its own. Nexus down finally here for Bonyth.
Lots of zealots in this composition.
Yeah, he's clearly just trying to spend, preparing for a big move out here. OyA moving almost all the way across the map. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, he doesn't have a Reaver with this, so I'd expect him to just kind of scout and back off. Because Bonyth clearly has more units and a better positioning. Reaver being complete, shuttle loading it up, and it looks like now it's go time here from Bonyth.
Yeah, I think he's going to go with the one Reaper, knowing that he won't have everything, so...
Good delay, though, from OyA. You know, OyA does have the faster natural, right? So he's kind of just hoping to delay this as much as possible. Yeah. Gets the Goon. That's a very low Zealot. Oof. Dragoons kind of blocking themselves.
This random terrain feature in the middle also hurting there.
Yeah.
Bonyth has a slight advantage with the shuttle, but OyA should have more units now that his rally is closer. Should also have a second Reaver in production, but this is the scary moment on Fighting Spirit. Going across this bridge here.
Oh, big connect on the Reaver, and the shuttle goes down. OyA going to charge in here. Looks like he has a... I mean, this has to be unit advantage for OyA after the shuttle's Reaver going down. Shouldn't overextend too much. I mean, he doesn't need to. And we see it in the supply. Almost a 20 supply advantage here, finally, for OyA. Very well done there. And he's rewarded for taking the faster natural at the same time.
And what did you say about fast thirds there, Machine? Put it down already.
Nobody else does it faster. Not even John Hoon. I'm telling you. OyA, his macro is impeccable, and once he realizes he has an advantage, he's all over it. You're too late. He's doing such a great job here.
Yeah, this is big advantage for OyA. Bonyth went for a timing, delayed his Nexus, and he lost that shuttle and Reaver right away. Didn't kill OyA's Reaver, so now OyA has 3 Reavers, 3 bases. Bonyth is only now taking his natural, saturating it fully. This is gonna be tough.
OyA in a great spot.
I know, man. What a fucking breakout performance here from OyA. This is incredible. Like, it's game number 2. He's got a sizable advantage in every which way, it feels like, against Bonyth. I mean, he's truly playing out of his mind here.
Yeah, definitely a long road now because infrastructure is matched plus a Nexus, so very, very difficult now for this road for Bonyth. He's going to have to do something a little bit crazy, and we talked about it. Once you get contained on Fighting Spirit, life becomes really, really hard.
It really does.
Bonyth is going to have to rely on a lot of harassment to get back into this game. Frontal engagements are going to be tough when you're at a disadvantage in terms of Reavers. He still has control, and he has a speed shuttle, this is what he needs to get back in the game. He needs some variance, landing some scarabs here and there.
I'd love to see some defensive cannons from OyA, right? Like, he's got to know, hey, I have quite the fast third timing. My infrastructure's great. Let's just make sure we can hang on to this. But looks like he is just opting to move out with the timing at this point, put a little bit of pressure on Bonyth, and I mean, I definitely think he's in a position to do so.
Really like these pylons from Bonyth. Makes it even harder for the attacking player to get across the bridge.
Yeah, it really does. You end up wasting so much Dragoon focus fire or Reavers on those pylons instead of hitting juicy units. It's it's definitely something that's very frustrating if you're trying to engage. OyA though starting to run away with this. You can see the economy starting to kick in. That is a fully saturated third base. If there's one thing I am more impressed with OyA about than anything else, it is his probe production. It is perfect. He just plays so well and manages his economy so well. And really, Bonyth doesn't look like he even thinks OyA could have a third at this point. That's really kind of the read I'm getting here.
Yeah, I think the same. I don't think that Bonyth has recognized that it's already up and running and fully saturated with gas. He may say, okay, maybe he's got it or he's taking it. I'll take the same and defend. But the supply count got close again, and then all of a sudden, another big jump, almost 20 supply difference again. And like we said, it is almost impossible to fight over this ramp. Like, to come out of here against 3-4 Reavers, just forget about it.
Yeah, honestly. Yep.
Bonyth, I think, is just playing this safely, thinking I lost a fight. I'm just going to power up on 2 bases, and assuming OyA was doing the same. But you can just see OyA has everything Bonyth has with an extra base. He's just matching him step for step, but he has this superior economy. So if there ever is a fight, it's going to be a lot more painful for Bonyth to remake the army that he loses compared to OyA.
100%.
We're still seeing no third Nexus yet out of Bonyth, and OyA has eyes on it, so he's got to be feeling very comfortable at the moment. He knows exactly where he's at. Ooh, 4 Dragoons trying to micro in here. Actually going to go pick off the Observer. Nicely done there from Bonyth, as expected.
Oh, here we go. OyA is going to try to deny this third base again. He knows every second that he has this running, he's in great shape. He doesn't even got to take a 4th right away. He can just sit here and max out macro. Just get it done.
I like how he's mainly just trading the Zealots up there too for time, like units that he would want to trade before max anyway. It's like, it's just so smart.
Yep. Archon's morphing in too. We know how big of a deal that is.
2 more pylons being cleared here from Bonyth, and it's clear Bonyth trying to just aim for some type of doomsday composition. He knows he's got 1 shot at this and 1 shot at this only. And here we go. Rushing out is Bonyth across this ramp. Reavers being barely picked up in the nick of time here, and OyA getting caught out a little bit. OyA actually going to trade some free Dragoons, trying to rally back to his natural as quickly as possible. We're seeing some disjointed unit groups here. OyA's really got to pull everything together for this timing from Bonyth.
Yeah, just some hockey disorganization there from OyA. He has a nice concave here. Reavers unload first. He has a 3rd Reaver at the back, but his shuttle again out of position. Reavers get picked off right away.
Wow, Bonyth really making the most of this timing. Shuttle Reavers being picked off, unfortunately, for OyA. But 2 more Archons going to join the fray. And it's just so much Protoss here from OyA.
Yeah, I think that just is a whole line of Zealots just coming out of nowhere.
And once again, OyA kind of getting caught off guard here. Some of his units were running towards that 12 o'clock, trying to deny a 3rd that's actually not even being produced here out of Bonyth. So, wow, it really is starting to look like OyA is closing this one out.
Yeah, I think so, Machine. I think after that fight and big win, Bonyth's mined out of his main right now. He's only mining on 1 base. 1 storm drop could wipe every probe that Bonyth has, and we still see no 3rd Nexus. I think Bonyth's just maybe gathering some thoughts before his last round of macro and maybe 1 more push.
Yeah, he's maybe got one more shot at this. I mean, with Bonyth control, like you said, sometimes these games, as long as he's able to just manage to try to stay in it, you know, he can pull it out here. But still, being 2 base Protoss versus a 3 base OyA, he is definitely fighting an uphill battle here.
Yep, and there's a probe transfer, something like 40 probes at this natural. So yeah, 1 storm drop could kill something like 25-30 probes easily. We have a shuttle from OyA. Looks like he's just going into Archon, Reaver, Dragoon Zealot. It's a very strong composition.
We see 2-1 for OyA, so his upgrades are really solid versus just the 1-0 Bonyth. It's a very big deal.
Yeah, it's a huge deal, honestly. It's honestly one of his bigger advantages in this game. And once again, like, those upgrades, they just stem from economy, right? You only press the upgrade buttons when things are going well for the most part. You don't need that extra desperation, you know, Dragoon or High Templar to be able to hold the timing. So OyA playing very comfortably this game.
Yeah, still no third. OyA knows that Bonyth's got to be running out of money, and he is not wrong. Bonyth's probably going to make one more push.
OyA no rush here. He just
Here we
has
go.
to live.
Storm drop at the net. Storm drop at the net. Storm drop at the net. Ah.
Ooh, that's painful. Still though, Bonyth moving out with a massive force here. But we look at that supply, 113 to 174 of OyA. And yeah, OyA looking to collapse here. Huge concave produced here. Looks like we do have Storm here from OyA. The perfect Storm just goes down the center of that. Reaver's getting caught out, and man, OyA has done it.
Should be a GG any second here.
OyA completely ran away with it after that early engagement went south through Bonyth. Bonyth just on the back foot the entire game. Later, expansion had worse army, and then he just never ever had the opportunity to take a third, and OyA took a third at something like 9 minutes.
Yeah, it was such a quick third. Like I was saying, like, it felt like Bonyth couldn't even read that OyA could have a third at that point. That was kind of the read I got, and OyA, man, he runs away with it. He's just able to squeeze out these like nuanced little, you know, advantages here and there in his economy, and if you're not used to playing against him, man, it feels overwhelming for sure. So I'm so happy to finally see that performance there out of OyA. That was very impressive. It's a game that ties up the series now between him and Bonyth. And yeah, man, he's got to be feeling really good going into game number 3 now.
Yeah, I mean, he killed that shuttle and Reaver and knew he took a huge advantage, and he just pressed that advantage. He just like, all right, I'm going to throw down to third base. I'm just going to get my eco up, and I'm going to run this guy over. That was really well done, really well played. Like you said, you don't see many Protoss take third bases right away, but OyA knows when he could do that and get away with it. And it's really strong, especially on a map like Fighting Spirit and when you're so ahead. So 1-1. I think we have Eclipse next, so we'll see what it's going to happen. What's going to get a little bit crazy this game. Bonyth, incredible micro. Will he try some kind of 9-9 proxy gate? That's very strong on this map.
Yeah, he very much could, right? 2-player map, Eclipse. I'm sure both these folks have played a billion trillion games of PvP on this map on the ladder. They got to be well aware of all the deceitful possibilities other Protosses can throw at you with those proxy gateways. You know, cannon rushes even, like crazy stuff on this map, PvP.
I'm going to make a call that Bonyth is not going to go 10-12 in any of the remaining games. I feel like he wants to get to the robo stage of the game as quickly as possible. So
okay.
He, like, going for 10-12, you add some variance into the game. Like we just saw, if Bonyth had gone his standard 1-gate gas, I think he would have been in a much better position than he ended up in, because even though OyA did the same thing, Bonyth just somehow had later expansion. OyA was able to match his Reaver and just with the bridge on Fighting Spirit, cross map especially, OyA just had a lot of time to build up an army to defend the first push, and really from there, I mean, the game wasn't over, but it was going to be very tough for Bonyth, no matter what OyA did, and taking the third was just an incredible call.
Yeah, it absolutely was, man. I mean, just the timing of it. Like, I felt like he only took the third once he had, like, immediately after he had held Bonyth's timing attack. But then once that had happened, I mean, it was an instant nexus at that third. I was very impressed with the timing of it. And I could see why it would catch, you know, even a player like Bonyth's level out, because it was just so perfectly timed and just a great opportunity at that point to exploit. So yeah, man, I think it genuinely won him that game. And I wonder how Bonyth might even need to react to something like that.
All right, we are ready for game number 3 between Bonyth and OyA. Let's get into it.
And spawning top right on Eclipse as the blue Protoss, it is StarCast Bonyth.
And in the bottom left, we have OyA. All right, let's see what we got here from Eclipse. Definitely a map that, if there's no early nonsense, leads to more of that Robo Goon play that you were talking about, SeriOsity. So we'll see if Bonyth can pull it out from there.
But then I do see, you know, like the occasional proxy like 9-9 or whatever outside your natural on this map too, on ladder.
Yeah.
Maybe, you know, maybe that might prompt a 10-12 in the main or something. But no, I actually totally agree. I think Seri, that's a really good read. Bonyth seems very comfortable with his Robotech, with even just like early Dragoon control, right? That I would also expect him to be going for some type of like 1-gate gas opener.
And OyA has had this reputation of being very cheesy, a lot of proxy gates, a lot of shenanigans, but he's actually played standard all of the games, so working against a reputation he established when he was climbing up the ranks. He was known as a very aggressive player.
Yeah, I had heard that about OyA as well, and it's funny because ever since he's really been competing in these like top tier BSL events, like, you know, past RCGs and stuff, he doesn't look like a cheesy player to me. Like, this has just been nothing but straight like solid standard play. So it's one of those things where like having that reputation, like you're saying, is like great. Like, sure, think I'm gonna go ahead and open like proxy 9-9 or cannon rush you or whatever, right? Like, because you're not going to beat me straight up anyway. It's really impressive.
Yeah, we always say the best players can do it all, right? Like, they have to have everything in their arsenal. So OyA has that.
Yeah, it's very variable. You know, he's not limited in any way.
Bonyth harassing the gas line, trying to get OyA to pull off. OyA doesn't pull any probes off, pulling them off minerals, so he continues mining gas effectively. See OyA finally getting a scout in there as well. Right, pretty standard from everything so far. Bonyth with his Zealot first, OyA with the same. No one's skipping out. Everything seems to be pretty standard so far.
Yeah, exactly. Like, so far, just kind of holding true to that early standard opener PvP. I'd expect to see Dragoon range shortly. Actually, we're not seeing Dragoon range from OyA, so maybe the first variation here. This could be a Robo opener. Oh, never mind. It just started spin. Alright. Just a little delayed. I guess he was trying to hide it from Bonyth's probe. That's funny. So now Bonyth might think this could be a Robo opener as well out of OyA.
21 gateway. We're going to see high pressure from Bonyth, probably his most go-to build playing PvP.
That's the 10-21 gate. You get the 4 goon timing with a zealot, and if you're going up against 1 gate robo or 1 gate anything, you're at a good spot, because even if they go DT, you can still put on pressure with your 4 dragoons and then have the observer in time.
Okay, OyA is opting for a robo as well, so he's got to be careful. He's not going to be on the map as much because he can get caught by this timing by Bonyth, and the game can just end.
I think that's fine. Like, OyA seems to be, you know, like good enough at the matchup that he's going to keep these units back. At least that's my read. I think he recognizes his robo timing. He's probably just going to be focused on what's been winning him the game, which is just like taking the earlier expansions, holding the earlier expansions, utilizing that eco. But actually, this is going to be a 3-gate robo, so I was completely off. 3-gate obs? Okay.
Yeah, 3-gate obs, though, does not do well versus the 21 gateway if he doesn't wait. Like, Bonyth just goes, he'll be able to bust the 3 gateways because he'll have more production.
Wow,
He has the extra dragoon here. OyA's got to react instantly. Losing this zealot would also hurt extremely. He's got to on the ramp, but it's already dead. Bonyth is going to be able to break here. Looks like OyA loses kills 1 dragoon. It's 3-2. Zealot still alive here. Like every shot the zealot tanks. You just see just barely able to hold. But Bonyth gets the full scout.
Yeah, Bonyth recognizing the build is going to make it much harder for OyA here. He's going to be able to just get a robo down, not have to worry about getting observer right away, and be able to find a timing where he has the 2 Reavers shuttle versus just the gateway units.
Yeah, that's got to be a little frustrating here for OyA. You know, your card has really been dealt at this point. Dragoon falling for each player.
Ooh,
but actually the rally closer. Very nice for OyA.
A bit of an overextension there from Bonyth.
I'm surprised that he went that deep again there, trying to get in for another goon. He knows those 5 versus 5 should take the 1 trading be out. Bonyth seems like he's trying to push the pace a little bit here.
Not a bad call, right? He's got great multitasking. You know, maybe he's just kind of sensing some weakness here, trying to kind of throw OyA off his game. We see Reaver just about to be done here for Bonyth. Bonyth Reaver's very scary. It's going to be, you know, definitely a questionable timing here for if OyA can actually hold, you know, 1 Reaver timing with 8-10 Dragoons.
Yeah, I think OyA's going to send these high grounds like he is right now and try to fight these units as they come up, because if he goes back to his natural, life's going to be very difficult trying to deal with 2 Reavers. Oh, he got a robotic facility of his own. Okay, so Reaver support bad for him, so I guess he's just going for massive pressure. 3-gate robo versus just 2-gate robo.
And again, Bonyth will see. He's going to see a shuttle. No Nexus. Gonna get into the main. Completely naked base here.
Still, this is scary though. OyA's slight supply lead. This is just going to be a massive Dragoon timing, and all it takes is a sniped shuttle to, you know, win an altercation like this.
He misplaced the Nexus, so he canceled, so now he doesn't have the money.
Oof. Nerves, man. He's going up against OyA.
Bonyth maybe feeling it. Feeling it a little bit.
That's it, right there. Throw in the towel.
That's it. It's over for him. How dare he hex that off? He's unbelievable.
Reaver now out for OyA, so maybe once he waits for a shuttle, he might like to... Oh, he's already got a shuttle. I don't know, I wonder if he just goes back to pick up that second Reaver or not. Either way, like, Bonyth should have the Reaver advantage at his own natural here, which is pretty key.
Yeah, Bonyth's probably just going to sit back here, take Defender's advantage, put a shield battery back towards where those goons are so he could heal his Reavers if they get hit. Put a couple Dragoons on the high ground and just force either OyA to push in or draw the game out.
Yeah, it's kind of a safe bet, right? Like it's very difficult to efficiently engage against Reaver Dragoon that's like set up in an arc at a natural. Actually, Bonyth looking to get a little crazy here. Picks off a single Dragoon, and he is now finally marching out onto the map.
Yeah, this is actually crazy because, I mean, you sleep for a second, Bonyth pounces. But the thing is, Bonyth knows he's going up against a mirror build where he's actually at a production disadvantage, and he's still going to press on here. So this is all control, because you would say OyA has a slight advantage. He's going to have a couple extra Dragoons. He'll match the Reaver. So Bonyth's just going to retreat. I think this is wise.
Yeah, I think this is a good call as well, honestly.
Yeah, I think that he pushed out because he saw no Reaver support, so he's like, all right, let me try to get a fight here right away or get some picks. So
going out, because you know a pylon that's on its way to being complete doesn't have the same vision as the completed one. You see Bonyth just abusing that.
Uh-oh. Media pull.
Very nice pull timing. He might not even lose a probe out of that.
Wow,
oh my
that's well
gosh.
done.
Yeah, very incredible. I mean, that is really what separates these players, man. They are so good at that reaction timing. OyA, man, looking very impressive here. I gotta say, despite the probe pulls and stuff, I feel like he's getting into a more comfortable game once again. He had the later expansion than Bonyth here, yet we still see him up by a few supply. You know, not a big deal or anything, pretty much even, but still, he's keeping up with him, man. And, you know, we'll have to see when that third timing comes. If he takes the faster third, you know, versus Bonyth, maybe that'll once again give him a, you know, a good sizable eco lead.
Or
maybe
double dropship, huh? 3 Reavers.
You actually have a Reaver, maybe a couple Zealots in the shuttle going into Bonyth's main. I think Bonyth just missed seeing it.
So Dragoon's moving into the main though, so he did manage to spot that. But actually Bonyth with a counter timing at the exact same time. Reaver's looking to get some big connections in the mineral line, but actually main mineral line for OyA completely exposed to 2 shuttles. This could be quad Reaver drop, and yes, massive Scarab connections at the beginning of this, targeting down the Nexus even. I don't know about that, Bonyth, but I mean, actually, I should just stop talking. Man, he is going to get the Nexus. That is nuts. Very well done there from Bonyth. And suddenly OyA in a pretty compromised position. Oh no,
man.
The shuttle made it out. Oh my gosh, look at that Scarab. Just the biggest connects ever. And yeah, OyA, you gotta go, man. It's go time. There's no fixing your eco after losing a Nexus and all your probes. So I think we're going to see OyA just rally in here. What else can he do?
Nothing. He's definitely got to go now. He's got to try to bust. Lose the Nexus and all those probes. You can't remake probes that quickly. He's just got to go. He's got to try to find some way to bust.
Yeah, we don't even...
He's not even making probes. He's just going to produce whatever he can. The problem is he doesn't have a shuttle, so this is going to put a delay on his push big time. He can't really go with just Dragoons. This is going to give Bonyth time to get up more Reavers, more shuttles. You can see Bonyth, he knows there's only one win condition for OyA, and that's attacking right now. But again, look at the Reavers. Just lagging behind.
Yeah, waiting for that shuttle. He's got so many Dragoons, like, I don't want to count him out quite yet. If he had, I mean, just like a miracle control here, I still think OyA's got this, right? Even in supply, he's lost all his probes, so he's probably got the heavier army supply here. But, I mean, you're engaging in a Bonyth's natural, right? Like, it is not going to be an easy feat here.
Well,
no shuttle.
Yeah, army advantage is in OyA's favor. He also has a shuttle. There's finally Bonyth's shuttle, so this will buy Bonyth some time to get some more units out. But again, OyA has to pull a trigger. It's just when do you go for it? When do you make that call? Bonyth getting the Observer. This is really going to hamper OyA's push. There's only one more. I don't think Bonyth sees it quite yet.
Ooh, I think there was a connection. Yep. He's got to go. There's no doing dancing. He's going to run out of money with his econ just from the Scarabs.
And here we go. Looks like OyA agrees, jumping in with all of these Dragoons, trying to get on top of that shuttle. Shuttle goes down.
Oh, kills one Reaver.
Reaver's getting focused down, though.
Second Reaver down.
I think OyA did it.
No way he did it. He might have done it. This Reaver is still sitting at the back of the group doing some good damage here. But actually, yeah, good concave here.
This is going to be super tight. This is going to be super tight. No, don't lose that Reaver.
Yeah,
he loses the Reaver.
Yeah, that'll
Hydron Dragoons just doing so much damage.
Wow. Still, though, what an entertaining game. This was really down to the wire between these two, man. OyA, I thought, had it at one point. You know, we're seeing that probe count slowly, you know, go up, but still no Nexus in the main for OyA. I mean, the likelihood of him coming back from here is, you know, very small. But looks like he's going for it. Oh, another shuttle. How did he see it? Oh, there's a pylon down there. Okay, I was like, man.
Oh my goodness.
Shuttle barely makes it out with 6 HP, and yeah, this is just looking a little tough here for OyA.
Yeah, life is difficult now. OyA, definitely a tough spot. That fight was so close. I think maybe if he microed that Reaver a little bit more, he could have got some more damage, but this is tight, man.
Yeah, because Bonyth's Reavers got stuck on the wrong side of the Nexus, not shooting, bugged out by Dragoons. He definitely had an opportunity there. I mean, really, it's so hard to call, but really, once he had the Reaver alive, I think he should have just pulled the Dragoons to the bottom side of the Nexus and just had the Dragoons and Reaver there. Because if he kills that Nexus, then he's back in this game. He doesn't have to go into the, like, engage the high ground Dragoons. Now it's just over. Bonyth just has way more eco. That speed Zealots has a speed shuttle. It's just too much.
Yeah. I mean, OyA is fighting, you know, for the grand finals, trying to do what he can to make some type of a comeback here, but Bonyth has just taken a pretty dominant lead in this game number 3.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. Bonyth lost 2 shuttles with 3 Reavers. He did cripple OyA to force him into that all-in, but it was a big risk as well.
Yeah, very easily those shuttles could have got, you know, maybe snatched before they went into the main. You know, loses 4 Reavers, and then suddenly, you know, we could be looking at the opposite, you know, game. OyA could have a pretty dominant lead, but Bonyth just, you know, making it happen once again where it matters.
Yeah, at this point, he could just move and just micro those Reavers a little bit, and he could probably get it done. Well, must be waiting for these Archons to tank some damage, and he's probably going to go in here.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to lead with a few Zealots too. And yeah, I think this is going to be the right call. Reavers moving in, Dragoons grouping up for OyA. Reavers trying to get some shots off, but man, OyA's just too quick, and here we go. This is the opening that Bonyth has been waiting for. Reavers get some great targets. Yeah, shuttle does go down, but man, look at the just amount of units here for Bonyth. And yeah, GG is called. Very well done there from both players. Bonyth once again taking the lead in this series 2-1, but still some very impressive play out of OyA as well. You know, I can see like he's right there, man. He's just like right there, but Bonyth is just very good at closing it out.
Yeah, they were very tight games, man. Very, very tight. Very close all the way through.
I would have loved to see that same game, but switch the players, right? So that Bonyth is the one who has to control the attack to win, and OyA is the defender. Like, how would Bonyth go about it? Would he actually be able to do it? Because obviously OyA had the army advantage, but it's just hard engaging into the choke. And I mean, it takes a lot to outplay your opponent from that scenario. But I would have loved to have seen Bonyth in that scenario.
Yeah, I honestly would have as well. Like how Bonyth plays out of a deficit is, I mean, just very, very impressive to see. But yeah, I mean, as is, still was a very incredible game between those two. But yeah, OyA's gonna have to, you know, make some adjustments here going into the next game.
Yeah, he could do it. You know, he's been very close all these games. He could definitely make it happen. It's just a matter of him just fighting his way a little bit there, just getting a little bit micro battle in there, and I think he'll be okay.
Yep. And yeah, with that, Bonyth up 2-1 within striking distance of this entire series and actually this entire tournament. You know, so if he gets one more win here, that will be the end of the grand finals. OyA, though, no, you know, he's definitely been in this situation before earlier today. Down 0-2 to DeWalt and then brings it back, the reverse sweep. So OyA, you know, definitely game to make a comeback here, even against a player like Bonyth. And with that, folks, we are ready to get to game number 4 here. OyA versus Bonyth. Let's see it. And spawning, bottom right of Circuit Breakers as the blue Protoss, it is OyA.
And in the bottom left, the man who's one win away from another championship, it is Bonyth.
Seri, what do you think Circuit Breakers for PvP? It's kind of an older map, right?
Yeah, but I think this is a balanced map. Balance in the sense that the defender sometimes has an advantage and the attacker sometimes has the advantage. It's not like Fighting Spirit where the defender always has the advantage, or like Sylphid where the attacker always has the advantage. So I feel like it leads to more standard games than, like, you're gonna see a lot more one gate robo from both sides on this map. Not likely to see any kind of shenanigans. Not a good 3-gate map, for example.
Okay.
I think we're gonna double 10-12 again.
Yeah, look at these pylon placements. Very close to the ramp.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, actually,
right.
I think Bonyth won't do it. I think Bonyth won't do it. Because when he 10-12s, I don't usually see him pylons come. Could be wrong. Yep, I am wrong. He is gonna go 10-12 again. And so is OyA. Oh, OyA's actually going for a 12 gap here.
Yeah, wow.
So this is
advantage to Bonyth?
This is interesting. Well, with good control, gate gas is better if you minimize the amount of damage you take from the 3 zealots. If this are vertical spawns, the rush distance is actually really close. Horizontal spawns is somewhere in the middle compared to cross. But I think this is fine for OyA. I think Razz mentioned it earlier. What OyA has to do here is just go out with his first Dragoon and shoot the zealots before they get to his base.
Get that little bit of extra damage before having to charge up that ramp. Okay, that makes sense. Usually you wait for like 3 zealots before moving out, right?
Yeah, you go with 3 because if you go with 1, there's not really an advantage. Although OyA is going out with 1 himself because he doesn't know what's going on. Just could be to put on some pressure, maybe get a little bit of damage done.
Yeah, he's got to be careful getting caught out with that zealot and getting it hurt, because when it gets through, it's basically a problem.
Yeah, you need the zealot. Zealot actually has a lot of DPS. Dragoon does 20 damage to the shields, but it only does half to the... Okay, so he sees it. He should retreat now. Okay, there it goes. Oh, this was actually Zealot Core Zealot, so it's going to be 2 Zealots and then the Dragoon. This is also viable defense, though, because he's going to have 2 Zealots on the ramp with the Dragoon finishing when the Zealots arrive. Should not take any damage. Unfortunately, Bonyth's probes gets in, so Bonyth has full scouting information.
He can't micro up the ramp as long. The ramp is large enough for him. Oh no, and a pylon block. That's real bad.
Yeah.
Okay, 3 zealots. He's in good shape here. Should be able to hold the ramp. Got to be careful though. Bonyth can still micro his way into this.
Yeah, Bonyth can drill as well with his probe.
Oh, and disrupt some of it. Yeah, it looks like he did kind of, but actually Bonyth's probe falling first. Good spare damage there as
And
well.
you see Damage Zealot from OyA in the back.
Yeah, he's so good about that. I gotta say, if there's one thing OyA does well with control, it's like he will constantly pull those red HP units towards the back and, you know, hang on to them and get as most efficiency out of them he possibly can. Looks like range being researched here for Bonyth. First Dragoon moving across the map though for OyA. Two Dragoons at the top of the ramp now for Bonyth.
You gotta
And
remember, OyA didn't scout, so he doesn't know what Bonyth's follow-up is here.
That makes sense. That's why he's kind of poking out with the single Dragoon. He's like looking for a Nexus or something, I guess. Okay. Robo down in the main for OyA, so he will have the faster tech as expected given the openers. Pylon down in the main as well, just keeping on top of that economy. This is kind of the point where I think both players kind of recognize they can't really do a significant amount of damage one way or the other. Looks like Bonyth with a later Robo, but still will be going with Robotech as well.
Observatory from OyA, of course, because he's playing in the dark.
It's funny, like, that's almost one of those corners I wonder if you maybe would try to cut occasionally against Bonyth. Like, Bonyth really does not tend to open DTs in this matchup, like, very often at all.
Ooh, maybe Bonyth wants to catch his one Dragoon.
He might get it. I think it is caught out. It's definitely going to be trapped towards the south side of the map. And yeah, actually, we're seeing OyA rallying his units here. Ooh, good reaction from Bonyth, choosing to back up there. I don't think he would have got it.
Good play from both players there. Bonyth sensing an opportunity, OyA reacting to the threat. Well, so far, very clean play. Again, we're going to see OyA take a Nexus. Now, does Bonyth go Reaver and shuttle before the Nexus like he did on Fighting Spirit? Or is he actually just going to expand himself? And it looks like he's going to set up for an expansion, but OyA just has everything a little bit faster. The Robo's a little bit faster now. The Nexus is a little bit faster. He already has a support bay on the way as well.
Looks like Observer getting into position, scouting out these double bridges leading towards the natural. And OyA feels like he can go. I don't know about this. I think there's no way, but we'll have to see. Yeah, it looks like he's just gonna back out. Okay. Man, I feel like maybe that was a little bit of a missed opportunity there.
Bonyth was trying to hide the shuttle there. I don't know if he actually did, but good attempt by him. See, he's trying to stay out of vision. Oh, there he wanders into vision of the Observer. So Bonyth is gonna have the shuttle faster than OyA.
OyA going to have the faster Nexus though. As per usual, it feels like he's just... That's where his edge is, man. He just has the better economy, has the higher probe saturation, time and time again. Observer finally moving across the map here for Bonyth. We'll start to get some kind of scouting vision on this natural timing and unit composition of OyA. Looks like OyA retreating home with his own Observer, maybe trying to catch out Bonyth's Observer over the natural here. pretty identical Nexus timings, to be fair.
Yeah, I mean, it was maybe like 15 seconds faster. It's not that big of a difference. It's like each probe mines once.
Yeah, yeah.
And the Observer from Bonyth is in a good spot. It hasn't been noticed by OyA. So, unlike the Fighting Spirit game, where Bonyth went into a timing that he wasn't able to execute well enough to kill, I don't know how he... Okay, he didn't see the Observer. He's just moving Dragoons in position in case there's any kind of drop.
It's funny,
This
it's
is
still
gonna
kind of
be-
scared Bonyth's Observer. Or Bonyth's Observer.
This is about as even as any of the games have been. The one big difference is OyA went 3 Reaver, and I think this shuttle has 2 Reavers from Bonyth, so opportunity for Bonyth to do something here.
I wonder if Bonyth's just going to move himself into position so he'll be able to harass the main with the shuttle and protect it from getting in and out.
Is that pretty
attention
common
when-
on this map?
I think it is to take a good position here. But it looks like he wants to fight right here. OyA doesn't see it. 2 good hits. But these 3 Reavers in this choke, it's tough right here.
Yeah, it's
without
going to be
speed.
very difficult.
Without speed, I don't think he's gonna go into the main. Oh, it looks like the Reavers are exposed from Bonyth. OyA's so good at picking up that shuttle right away. OyA not utilizing his own shuttles, but the Reavers are way in the back. Oh,
Yeah.
Bonyth's Reavers get some massive scarabs there, though, and now the shuttle gets picked off.
Yeah, it felt like
Oh
the
my
shuttle not being
goodness.
with the Reaver was the big blunder there. He needed to keep that shuttle in range to be able to hit those pickup timings. But yeah, unfortunately for him, Bonyth just going to push in here. Has the Reaver advantage, has a Dragoon advantage on top of it. This is not looking great here for OyA.
The boys are being pulled. The last stance.
Yeah, probes being pulled from the natural here. Some lost mining time. We do have 2 more Dragoons rallied in here, though, from OyA. This might be what he needs just to kind of extend the game for now. 1 Dragoon falling.
Really
But-
good micro there again from Bonyth.
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
looks like
Bonyth-
Bonyth's going to back up.
Bonyth didn't even have a unit advantage there. He saw that and he was like, I don't need it. I have the control advantage. And just, again, winning fights he has no business in taking just via better control. And OyA was setting up to be in a good spot. He has better eco. I think he just has more probes than Bonyth. But now Bonyth has another shuttle with a Reaver inside, and we only have a Reaver with no shuttle from OyA here.
Yeah, exactly. Another the Reaver shuttle moving in here from Bonyth, able to do some significant damage. I mean, Bonyth just on top of that Reaver shuttle control as per usual. Shuttle getting targeted down, but still has that Reaver alive and kicking. And it looks like the final remaining Dragoons of OyA going to fall.
There,
GG, well played. And Bonyth is
Well,
your RCG
Bonyth.
2021 champion.
wow.
Impressive, man. What else can you say, right? He's just so consistent. We knew going into this. I mean, Big Bonyth has incredible PvP. He's got just phenomenal unit control that really just sets him apart, man. And, just very well played there.
Not afraid to take a fight, even down units. Says, you know what? I can control better than anyone else. I'm just gonna go for it. Like, let's do it. Like, I'm not backing up. So, well, congrats to him. Congrats to OyA, playing a phenomenal bracket stage here. I mean, just awesome from him.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more.
Very impressive play, beating 2 of the top Protosses in the scene, taking a game off Bonyth. Last series, even though it was 3-1, OyA definitely had his chances in most of the games, so very impressive play. And Bonyth, what can we say? I mean, he's won RCG, he won Corrupted Cup, he's won how many BSLs now? Seems to be in every finals.
Yeah, man, his consistency speaks volumes. Multiple time BSL champ, RCG. I mean, just anything he chooses to enter in, it feels like. And he put together some pretty entertaining series for us today. But man, no one able to topple the Big Bonyth today, man. Back-to-back BSL and now RCG 2021 champions. yeah, you gotta root for him, man. He's just such a good guy in general. But yeah, also phenomenal breakout series there from OyA, taking out DeWalt earlier today. You know, I really looking forward to seeing more and casting more of OyA's games here in the future as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure we're going to see more of all these players. There's going to be more events coming up, and these guys are always going to be mixing it up and getting after it and practicing and being ready. So I'm sure those guys will tango again, and then OyA will get his shot at these guys. We are trying to see if we can get the players in for a possible interview and see if they're ready for to talk to us. Okay, we have the champs soon joining on in here.
Hello, hello. How's it going, Bonyth?
Hello, hello. It's going good. I cannot complain. It's going good.
Yeah, it seems like every time Razz and I talk to you, you're winning a tournament.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah, guys, keep doing that. Keep commentating my game.
Congratulations, man. You played a phenomenal series there in the grand finals against OyA, who I kind of called out. I think he's a little underrated PvP, and I knew he would give you some good games, but still, man, your consistency speaks volumes. What, if anything, were you concerned about going into grand finals against OyA?
Well, it's just a PvP ahead of me, and I need to focus. Definitely was not looking down on OyA. I mean, he took out Dawid, which is spectacular performance. And after all these 4 games I played against him, now I understand why he took out Dawid. He played really, really great games today.
Yeah,
what specifically do you do to prep for all these events? Like, what's something that's like the staple? You're like, all right, this is what I want to do to get ready.
Well, the best thing you could get is to like get a practice partner the day before, or just practice a matchup you're gonna play. And then as for the just day of the tournament, I tend not to eat too much. Kind of a empty stomach. Almost maybe some Coke, sugar, and just I suppose that's it.
All right, sugar. I got it. I wrote that down.
You also played a very entertaining series against Dandy in order to make it to the grand finals. The game that stood out to me was obviously, game number 1, Corsair D-Web play. Was that something you had actually practiced and planned going into your series against Dandy?
Yeah, I've been practicing this a lot, and with kind of good success. I cannot complain. Like D-Web actually allows me to fight Terran army head on. Like there is very often Terrans just wanna push Protoss until he gets critical mass of carriers. So I wanna find a point like mid gap between just regular ground army Protoss. And with carriers, with that critical mass of carriers. So maybe that thing is just Corsairs with D-Webs. I mean, I'm gonna be still experimenting on that, but I think it's worth exploring.
Absolutely, it seemed to be all you needed to defend Dandy's timing in that game on Fighting Spirit. I really appreciated it. It was very out of the box play, and something I could tell that you developed yourself, and it was just very entertaining to watch.
Well, what can I say? I'm glad, and too bad we didn't have many other chances to show these Corsairs off.
Were you planning on going Corsair, or did you do it as a reaction to scouting the timing?
Actually, I think it's even better against like 2-1 timings of 2 base, for example, is even better than that. Like the longer the game goes, the more happy I am with Corsairs. But I'm wondering, like, sometimes Terrans can push out at different times. For example, they may skip Academy, Comsats, even eBase and Terrace, and they may just go at you. I don't think you'll have the time to get your coursers. Then you need to just rely on, for example, rivers, right? So it all depends what Terran is going to do. For what Dandy did that game, he went for Comsat. He went for eBay too, probably expecting rivers, as he should. So yeah, it was a good opportunity for me to, and there was time for me to build these couple of courses.
Well, overall, that was very impressive play. You know, once again, you're just such an entertaining player to watch in each and every single tournament. Congratulations once again on being the king, and we are looking forward to seeing your next tournament performance.
Right, next tournament. Yeah, it was a pretty rough tournament for me, this one. I mean, Ziki, like from all the Zers, I fear him probably the most. Then Dandy, who got what 2,900 MMR on ladder.
Yeah.
So probably the best Zerg, the best Terran, and well, the guy who beat Devalt has to be also the best Protoss, right? So I'm fighting all the best representatives of each race. So I feel, and well, I won, and I'm happy.
Fine, let's ask the question everyone's thinking. ASL 15 online qualifiers or what?
Sure, if online, why not?
Get in there, man. Why not? Go for it.
Yeah, I mean, if I have some luck, I mean, there's like I like to put everything in like percentage, maybe 10 to 20% of qualifying, right? So as long as I get fortunate opponents, then well, I suppose there's always a chance.
Yeah, I definitely have to agree. It's very, you know, tough to count you out of any tournament you tend to compete in, man. So just congratulations once again. Really looking forward to seeing you play in ASL and future BSLs as well.
Thank you very much, guys, and thanks for the interview, and thanks for rooting for me, guys. Well, Thanksgiving, right? Thanks to my wife for not being here in the day when I play my big games. Thanks, yeah, to all who rooted for me. Shout out to my practice partners. There was some Korean guys, I can't name them, sorry. But thank you, Cruiser, for organizing that. And thanks for my local sponsor, CrunchySnack.pl. Thank you, guys.
All right.
Right.
Yeah, it's always cool getting to talk to the king, man. Bonyth with yet another impressive victory to add to that list of victories, man. He's multiple time BSL, RCG, you name it, champion, and always very entertaining to watch in these series.
Yeah, I mean, always the top of his game, always playing some good stuff, pulling out some crazy builds. Micro on top of his level year. He's practicing a ton. He's getting it done. So really well done. But thanks for the great cast today, Machine, Seri, and thanks to Zero for hosting us and putting us out here and getting us up to get these games on, man. Really, really awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. Razz, Seri, always a pleasure, you two. Thanks everyone for tuning in from home, making this one special. And once again, thank you, Zero, for having us and making such an entertaining event once again. All right, folks, and with that, I think we are going to close it out for the day. Thanks, once again, everyone, for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed RCG 2021 finals here with Bonyth as the victor. I'm Machine, and take it easy, folks, and we'll see you next time.